Hi and welcome to this calculation exercise. Before watching the calculation exercise, I suggest you to take a look at the Investment Decision Rules 2, Time Value of Money 1 and 2 videos. Now, please pause the video, read the exercise and press play when you are ready to continue. Hi and welcome. My name is Jan and today we're solving an exercise on house loan. So you bought your house at the price P0, then you sold it at price P1. You're paying monthly fees of 2,500 crowns per month, and also you took a loan which is 90% of overall sum you paid. So first thing, to find the IRR in this case, you will need to recall that IRR is such a rate which makes your NPV equal to 0. So we will actually start writing from the NPV. A very flashback, we're going to use the formula for the annuity, which you can find in your formula sheet. So let's start. So NPV starts with your initial investment. So to find your initial investment, you need to know how much your own money you spent, which is 10% of the P0. So it would be and you took it with a minus sign. Next, you need to find how much you were paying. So you need to find the present values of all the interest paid on your loan. So for this, you need to know, firstly, what is your monthly interest payments. So to find this, you need to know how much you have borrowed, which would be 90% of the P0. So it would be divided multiplied by the 0.9, which is equal to 99,000 crowns. So this is the sum you borrowed. Now you can find how much actually payments you have to pay per month. So for this you are going to use the rate. So this is the repo rate and this is 1.5 percentage points, which is extra, and you add to get your annual rate. So to get the monthly rate, you will need to divide all this by 12, like this. And this leads to 0.45%. So the monthly interest payment, I will call it, let's call it I. It would be equal to the 99,000 multiplied by the interest rate, which is 0.45%. And this gives you 445.5 crowns per month. But also, in addition to this, because you live in your own apartment, you have to pay an additional 2,500 crowns per month. So the C we're going to use in this formula actually is going to consist from the interest payment, which is 445.5 crowns, plus 2,500 crowns. Then the C is going to be equal to So then we can use this this monthly payment in our formula and just plug it in here. And in this case, our R in here, it will be our IRR, internal rate of return. Then N. So we hold the apartment for 15 years. We lived in the whole apartment for 15 years, but we're making monthly payments. Since there are 12 months in 1 year, you have to the n is going to be used here is actually not going to be 15 years, but 15 multiplied by 12 in order to get the monthly return. So 15 multiplied by 12. And this is our outflows, so it shall be minus here. So this is our cash outflows. We are always paying it for each month. And then at the end, we solved it. We sold our apartment, and let's put it over here. So we get the inflow. We get 1 million inflow at the end of the 15th year. But also, we have repaid our loan, which was 99,000. So at the end, our net cash flow would be 1 million minus 99,000. However, this is in future, after 15 years from now, so we need to discount it back. And when we're discounting it back, well, we're just applying the simple discount formula. So we need to divide it by 1 plus r, where r is our internal rate of return, to the power 15 multiplied by 12. So this looks a little bit messy, so let us rewrite it. So our NPV is equal to minus $11,000 minus 2,915.5 divided by our internal rate of return multiplied by 1 minus 1 divided by So, and now we come to the point when and this shall be equal to 0, because we would like to find our internal rate of return. So, as you know, there is no single way to find it mathematically. So you just guess it. And we will just, so how you guess, you just plug random numbers and see if your NPV is actually close to 0. You can do all your calculations by yourself. I will just show a small table of different guessings and what the NPV was, and then reflect a little bit on this. So if you plug in the rate of return, which is equal to 2%, you get NPV on the level of minus 12.85.96. Which means that it's that this is too high rate, so you need to lower it down because you want it to be more closer to 0. And then if you apply 1%, you get minus 10.6152, which is much closer to 0, but still not low enough. And when you will go down, 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 you will find out that actual rate of internal rate of return would be equal 0.5186, which leads to the NPV pretty close to 0. So this is it for today. Thank you for your attention.